Hello, Internet. Welcome back to another edition of Eric's Corner with the Word of the Not So Wise. This episode, I'm going to talk about, of course, yours truly, Donald Trump. And the most recent sideshow that I said about 4 weeks ago that there was going to be a new one about every 4 weeks. So he got fined in New York, had something to do with taking out a loan and paying it back. And there was something that was an I or a T. I wasn't crossed and a T wasn't dotted or whatever. Um, I'm just kind of skimming the surface of some of this stuff. I can dive deeper into it, but I'm not. I got too much shit to do. I'm not a professional YouTuber. I'm not making enough money where I can spend a day of my time to really pick this apart. I'm just kind of skimming the surface here, and these are kind of my initial reactions to issues. I mean, bear that in mind. If more information comes out 6 months from now and I'm completely wrong, it's like, well, I have the same information you do at the time. So, it seems like there was no due process. There was no indictment. There was no trial. There was no cross-examination. There was absolutely nothing. Just a judge looked at something and said, oh, well, this isn't right. $350 million, which is just an absurd, arbitrary number. And I thought, well, it was a Babylon Bee. They were just like, Trump gets fined an amount that they're hoping will bankrupt his campaign. And, there's some truth to that, satire caption. It's just another sideshow and it'll get overturned. And the reason they jumped due process in a trial, because it'd take years. So they're trying to just shotgun out things as fast as they can, convict them of whatever, charge them with things, fine them with things as fast as possible. I mean, I just do not see how you don't see that the deep state is trying like hell to get rid of him. I said this the first time. They are terrified of him. He showed us what a bunch of clowns you've been voting for the last 5 or 6 decades. And, they got rid of him the first time with voter fraud and COVID-19, and they won't be able to do that again, will they? We're too onto them, and I think your vote should be public information. Now, hang on, stop banging on your keyboard, just hear me out. When votes are kept secret, it is the advantage to one party, is it not? If you can look on a database and say, oh, hey, there's my voter number, you type it in because you have a voter card, and type in your number and say, well, I did not vote for Donald Trump. I did not vote for Biden. I did not vote for this guy. Why is that my vote? Well, this is my late father who has been dead for 3 years. His vote just counted toward Joe Biden. So why is that? And then you can contest it. Everybody's blabbing about who they vote for anyway and who they support anyway. They put them in signs in our yard. Why are they not on ballots? Just like a bubble test. You get there, you fill out your number in a bubble. You say that's your number, and on a serialized card, and you can track it and make sure your vote was counted correctly. And there are extra votes and so on and so forth. Makes sense to me. Then people who are here illegally, people who are dead, the machine can't say, oh, well, there's a 15% margin of error. That's how far off they were. The maximum, the Trump's vote and Biden's votes totaled up. There were 25 million more than registered voters. That is off by like 13%. I could see a 1 to 1, maybe 2% margin for error, not 13. That is absolutely absurd. And, all the arrows that point to just voter fraud and complete mishandling of information, massive spikes in counts. That's just never happened before. And, oh, well, I don't understand people. Well, yeah, all the mail-in votes came in last minute. So you're telling me 1 million votes around, let's just say, came in at 3 a.m, and in 5 different, totaled in 5 different states, and they were all for one party. That's what you're saying. Mail-in votes, you got to mail that shit in a week ahead of time. And I don't know exactly when or how they're counted. I'm sure they're not counted on election day. I wouldn't think they'd have a pile of them sitting there to run through a machine all at once. If you're talking 1 million views, you'd need a staff of 300 people to do that in some kind of timely manner. I mean, that's whatever the numbers are. I mean, that's a lot of people feeding that shit really quick. Am I wrong? So I would think they'd kind of be counted as they went. But regardless, put my name on it. I mean, I'm pretty outspoken about who I vote for. Most people are these days. But again, you know, this is the next sideshow, and the next time, I mean, the more you indict them and the more you screw with them, the more people are going to support them, because, you know, we just flat do not believe the government. We don't believe the media. We have basically we catch the media lying and bullshitting all the time. KJP is the biggest joke press secretary we have ever had. Everything that she's asked, well, Republicans are just, dude, just stop it. You know, stop acting like these people are smart. Stop giving credit to Obama for things. It's like, okay, he happened to be in office when something happened. It isn't anything he did. It's not anything Biden's doing right now. You think Biden's mental decline happened between when he left the office as vice president and when he came into office 3 years ago? You think that's where it all happened? Or you think maybe it was probably starting to slip pretty quickly while he was vice president? Because I will tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that it absolutely was. Look at videos of him. Look at how creepy and touchy-feely and weird he is. That is not a mentally coherent and cohesive person. It just isn't. So if you're going to give him credit for anything, that is just absolutely and totally bullshit, if you ask me. I mean, whatever. Obama's still running the country. I mean, you wanted 8 more years of Obama with Hillary. I mean, well, you got 4 more with Biden, and I mean, things aren't exactly going great, are they? You know, the stock market is really high, hitting records right now. I have no idea how, because my stock portfolio looks like absolute dog shit. And I mean, that's not that great because we got hyperinflation. I mean, a soaring stock market with less valuable money is not a good thing. Like, okay, yeah, it doubled. Well, the value of your dollar just went down a shitload. I mean, you know, looking at shit at the store. God, I hate going shopping because it's just like, my God. I mean, I make pretty decent money, and even I'm struggling, and I've got low bills. I've got low mortgage payment. I drive a 15-year-old, 14-year-old truck. Wife drives a 10-year-old car. You know, they're almost paid off, and I mean, the payment on my pickup's only $200 a month. So, yeah, I know it is not good, and I just don't see these jackasses making it any better. I mean, you keep voting for the same people who've had us in a decline for 5 decades, and then you get bent out of shape when Trump comes in, clearly made things a lot better, and then, oh no, get him out of here. Bush came in and he sucked. Well, give him 4 more years to try it out. Obama came in, he sucked. Well, give him 4 more years. He kind of got the ball rolling. Trump comes in, shits the bomb for 4 years. Oh, that was all Obama. What? Fuck, what? Oh, well, get rid of him quick. Okay, let's say it was Obama's credit having the Trump economy. Let's just say. So elect him again. He's keeping it going then. So logically, you should keep the guy in that's keeping that wonderful Obama-nomy going. Oh, no, get another guy in there, and things just absolutely suck. And, you know, massive political and unrest all over the world. Ukraine, there's like 6 places that are having major wars break out right now, and we're focusing on Ukraine. Why is Ukraine our problem and none of these other places are? Palestine versus Israel. I don't even know if Palestine is even a place right now. I don't think any of us have any information to make even an intelligent conclusion to anything, because I think everything we've been told is bullshit about Israel, about Palestine, all of it. I don't believe any of it. And again, I have no idea how Ukraine is our problem, unless, you know, of course, our government is owned by Ukraine because of Hunter Biden's dealings with something to do with nuclear power over there. You really don't think these things are connected? I mean, okay, whatever. I've said enough. You get what I'm saying. Anyway, you know, I don't understand why due process is just so critical when it's Hunter Biden or Joe Biden, but when it's Trump, it's, you know, we're going by 2 completely sets of standards here, and it's just annoying and sad. And we see that you're doing it, I mean, you're doing this with impunity in broad daylight. It's absolutely terrifying to know what you're actually doing behind closed doors. But, you know, the thing about conspiracy theories, whatever you think they're up to, whatever they're actually up to is 100 times worse. I guarantee it. So that's it for this one. I'll definitely hit you up when I see the next sideshow here in about 3 weeks. So thanks for watching. Have a good night.